Hi folks, today we're going to be looking at Eric Clapton's performance of Layla Unplugged. The song is in D minor with the verses shifting to C sharp minor. There is a transition that we'll need to learn, but it's very simple. And the chorus is also the intro and it's the backing track throughout the solos. So we'll get straight into it. The chords that we're going to use are D minor, A sharp and C. And how that sounds if you were to do any of the intricacies. And then what Eric does in the actual recording, he has this. And you can see it sounds a lot better. And all that's really happening there is before we come down on the 1, he's having an open on the A, hammering on the 3rd fret, and then there's a muting of the D string, and then he plays the open D. So what that sounds like is and then I'm using my index finger and my middle finger just to pluck a D, well, the B and the G strings of the D, holding the D chord. So, and then we're going to quickly play the C note as we come down to the A sharp. So what that sounds like is, I'll do it slow. And all we're doing then is we're going up to the C and back to D minor. So that should be everything we have. The transition into the chorus, so we play that round, and then on the last time that he plays it for the chorus, we do a, when we get to the C, we just go. So all that's happening there is when we get to the C, we're doing an A, back to C, and then to C sharp minor 7. All the chords should be up here. And then this is the verse now, so what you do when you get lonely. And the chords in the verse are as follows. So we've got C minor 7, G7, I believe. It'll be up here anyway if I'm wrong. And then back to C minor 7. And then we do a quick C5, D5 to E. And then we also use an E7 here. So before we move any further, we're just going to run through the rhythm of that. So we've got sense, and then we come to F sharp, then B, E again, and A, and we repeat that. We go around that twice. And that brings us back into the chorus. So in terms of finger picking, I don't know whether this is what Eric does in the actual recording. This is more, I tend to pick a finger picking that suits me and the song, where I don't have to learn it as such. I just kind of will play along to the song numerous times and end up with a rhythm. So this is how I play it. So I won't go over the chords again. You can rewind and look at those chords. But for the rhythm, this is what it sounds like when I play it. So what is happening really, there are a couple of things. The pattern tends to stay the same, which is if you're not familiar with plating your thumb 4 beats to the bar, I'd suggest that you do that. I'm going to do a video on doing something like that, because that was the biggest change for me as a guitarist, learning how to do 4 beats to the bar. So really, once you've got that down, all I'm doing is, as I come down, I hit with my thumb on the C sharp, and then I use my fingers to brush across the strings as I come back down. So it's, and all the notes that I'm actually picking are on the B string. I'm obviously not changing the shape, I'm just holding the shape. So the only notes that I'm picking are the B and the G. So I'm hitting the G and the B strings. So I've got a C sharp minor, downstroke, and then I'm hitting the B, back to C, and then hitting the G string. So I'll do it as slow as I can. So it's the same no matter what string, what shape I'm doing. So, and then for the G7, what you can do, which sounds quite nice, is actually, all I'm doing there is sliding up from the minor third to the major third. So the 4th fret on the G string is getting hammered on to the 5th fret, and that makes this sound. So you've got your normal shape that should be up here, and all we're doing is letting our middle finger off and just hammering it on, and what that sounds like together is back. And then when we go to the C5 and the D5, all I do is pluck one each note and go straight to the E and then the E7, and then we come into the same, and it's that same finger picking style. So what I'm doing there in slow motion, I guess, is I'm hitting the 2nd fret on the E string, then I'm going to the G string, and then muting, and then I'm hitting the D and the A string. So that does it. This is kind of my first guitar lesson on YouTube, so apologies if it's a little bit all over the place. I hope it makes sense, and I hope I did it slow enough for you. I know that the finger picking part with this part of the verse is hard to describe because it's not something that I've ever tabbed out or thought about until right now. But what I'll do is I'll do another video on finger picking, particularly keeping 4 beats to the bar and having that sort of rhythm is basically all I'm doing. Just changed it slightly. But once you've got that 4 beats to the bar with your thumb and you've got independence of your fingers, so yeah, I hope that goes down reasonably well with you guys, and the solo lesson will be coming in a week. I need to tab that out really, because I will go through it, but I'd like to show some tabs on the page as well on the screen as I'm going through it, because it does get quite fast in places and it's all about phrasing. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll get that video out to you guys in another week, as well, let me know if there's an appetite for the 4 beats to the bar. It'll only be a short video with some exercises, but honestly it was the single biggest thing that I did as a guitarist, I think, in the last 18 years. So yeah, have a great week and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you.